Today I'm going to go get on the Children of the Sun Trail here in Spokane, Washington. It's about 9 miles long and it runs parallel to the new North Spokane freeway. We're going to start on the north side at milepost 12.4 and go down to the south end, which ends at this point at milepost 3.4. Okay, let's head across the highway here and start the trail at milepost 12.4. All right, we're at the start of the trail. We're at milepost 12.4. We're going to head down to milepost 3.4, which is 9 miles. It's 55 degrees out, sun shining, it's a nice day. Let's go. I put the drone up in the air here just to get an aerial view, and the red line here just shows the path of the trail, and it skirts the Windermere McDonald's there, and then Ace Hardware, and then it starts uphill way back down there, and then it skirts that housing project in the foreground. But first I want to run down here with the drone to this intersection that the path takes. To the right is the Children of the Sun Trail / path, and to the left it goes downhill, then back up across the bridge, and then up into the Upper Glen Eden area by Hatch Road. Okay, let's get started here and just sit back and enjoy the ride. The path is about 16 feet wide and pretty much all smooth asphalt for the whole 9 miles. I accelerated the ride by 4 times so we could get over this. And here's where it takes to the left and goes down the Hatch at Upper Glen Eden area. Here's where it starts uphill, and I would say it's not easy by any means. At this point, you're going to get a good workout uphill for around 3/4 of a mile. Here's milepost 12, and as we go along the path, I'll have these arrows pointing out all the mile markers. Here's a long stretch to get to the peak. But just when you think you reach the peak, you got to go a little more, then you crest the top. It starts to get leveler here, but you're still going uphill, and you're almost to the peak. You feel like you're going up a mountain pass, but it's really smooth. Here I had to stop and show you milepost 11.5. I'm 1.1 mile from the start. And here we just crest the top and we start downhill for a while. There's a lot of sitting benches along the way to rest along the path. And here's one of the many neighborhood on-ramps to access the trail. And coming up here, we'll find some pine needles on the trail. And this is and a little bit further up the way here. But basically the trail was clear, just like you're looking there, the whole 9 miles. And coming up here is another neighborhood on-ramp at milepost 10.9. When I first came around here, I had to slow down and just take all this in. All this, I'll call it spaghetti noodles of overpasses and underpasses. And as I came around the corner here, I met some people, and they were pretty friendly. They waved there. But I'm going to stop around the corner here, and at milepost, I think it's 10.6, and put my drone up in the air here. And just after I got the drone in the air, a bicycle rider comes by me from the neighborhood access area. And this is where I just came from, the red line there underneath the overpasses. Just kind of went under the overpasses there and made this circle there. And there I am, just sitting down there watching the drone. And I'll be heading out across that bridge right there, bridge number 1, the North Newport Highway overpass. And you can see the asphalt and kind of where the trail goes up to bridge number 2, the Farwell Road overpass. And that yellow X out there is where I'll be stopping with my drone again, and the red line shows the rest of the path, how it goes. And we'll be going right along that housing community over there. The path runs parallel to it. And I'll be going up way in the distance on the top of the freeway up there on the right-hand corner. And here I am leaving drone spot number 1 and heading across this bridge right here, bridge number 1, the North Newport Highway overpass. Again, this is really a smooth trail or path. And here comes bridge number 2, the Farwell Road, East Farwell Road overpass. And I'll be coming up to the spot where I'm going to shoot the drone up in the air again. And with the drone in the air, you can just see where I came from over in that area there. And here's the red line path. We crossed bridge number 1, the North Newport Highway overpass, and come to bridge number 2, the East Farwell Road overpass. And if you look about in the center of the screen, you'll see the East Farwell Road access path to the trail. So that's where I was, and this is where I'm going right here. And again, here's just the red line showing you the outline of where the trail goes. Just head out from drone stop number 2 here and take off. And this was a nice flat stretch here, going by all these houses here. And I had to honk my horn here to get the gal's attention, let her know I was passing. That was a long piece of flat stretch there. It seemed like it took forever to get over it, but shortly we'll get around the curve here and start slightly uphill again. And here I'm coming up on the Parksmith Drive overpass, bridge number 3. And right around the corner here, I'm going to stop and put the drone in the air again. And this is where I was. I just came from there. There's the Parksmith Drive overpass bridge, and I went along all that housing down there, and this kind of the red line shows the path I took. And I'll swing the drone around and show you where I'm going. Right now I'm sitting at the Parksmith Drive access point. You can access the trail from there. And here I'm going to go over the Parksmith Drive freeway exit, bridge number 4, and kind of down and around. It just parallels the freeway, and I cross up there at bridge number 5, Market Street Bridge. And this kind of just shows you, but notice up top there it kind of veers away from the freeway. And here we're leaving drone stop number 3 and heading across bridge number 4 and kind of down this little ramp right here. Across the bridge number whatever. And here I come. Pretty nice day out. Oh, there's a guy in front of me. How does that happen? How does that happen? Where'd that guy come from? And here I'm just leaving from where our fellow biker passed me here. Approaching bridge number 5, Market Street overpass. And I did want to stop here and kind of check this railroad tunnel out here. The railroad tunnel goes under both the freeway and the Children of the Sun path, and it comes out the other side, and I'll give you a shot of that here in a minute. Taking off from the railroad tunnel here for about the next 3/4 of a mile, you're going to get a good workout because it's uphill. Again, it's really a nice asphalt trail, about 16 feet wide. Every time I've ever been on it, I've seen very few people walking or riding bicycles. And maybe that's because I do it during the week, I suppose, when everybody's working. I've seen several bike riders just go up to the top of this hill here, and then they would turn around and go back down, and they would probably do it several times. And we're approaching the crest here at the top of the hill, and I'm going to stop here and put the drone in the air at milepost 7.9. This is where we came from. We crossed Bridge 3, Bridge 4, Bridge 5, stopped at the railroad tunnel there, and then the railroad tunnel comes out there in the lower left-hand corner there. And that's where I came from. Then you'll be coming up this pretty steep hill. You're going to get a workout. It's 8/10 of a mile. And then you crest right here at the top. And then this is where I'll be going. Down around this, underneath the overpass there, and down around into the Wild Boo yonder there. And this red line here shows the path that the trail takes. And we'll leave drone stop number 4 and head down the way here, go by these maintenance guys here. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. And this will be the last hill you have to climb. It's only like 2/10 of a mile, and it's minimal. You're not going to get a workout. But the rest of the trail, from that spot, drone spot back there, is 4.5 miles to the end. And it's pretty much level after that, or downhill like this right here. And we're going down here by Wyckoff Landscaping, or now it's called Site 1. And you come down here to Freya Street, and it just kind of parallels Freya Street for quite some time. For some odd reason, I felt compelled to stop here at milepost 7.2 as we crossed North Gerlach Road here, and walk back and take a picture of the Children of the Sun Trail sign. And there was several of these along the way. Don't ask why. So we leave milepost 7.2 Gerlach Road, and I go down the path here for about half a mile, 5/10 of a mile, and stop at milepost 6.7 is where I'll stop. And I'll put the drone up in the air to get an aerial view. It was such a nice day out, let me tell you. Okay, right around the corner here is where we're going to stop and put the drone up. So I put the drone up in the air so we can get an aerial view here, and I'm going to change it up on you here. This is where we're going. We're going to cross that bridge right there, the Lincoln Road overpass, bridge number 6. And we're going to follow the asphalt trail there all the way up here and around to bridge number 7, the North Freya Street overpass. And you can see the red line and how the trail goes there. And we'll zoom in here on this bridge here, bridge number 7, the North Freya Street overpass. And in the background there you can see the Francis Street Highway overpass. So we'll turn the drone camera around here and just show you where I came from, with that right there being the Gerlach Road, where the Children of the Sun signs were. And then we left drone spot number 5 and headed up here to bridge number 6, the Lincoln Road overpass. I thought this was kind of interesting. The freeway right there. There's some artwork here on the freeway. They're supposed to represent the sun there, as you can see there. And from what I understand, 1% of all highway funds have to go into some sort of artwork to show the people, I guess. So then I'm going to leave bridge number 6 here and kind of head down the path here. Milepost 6.5. And here is the Freya Street parking lot there, and you can access the trail from there if you like. And we're coming up here on bridge number 7, the North Freya Street overpass. Occasionally you see people walking on the trail and riding their bike, but not very many. And we're just kind of burning along here. I'm going to stop up here again and throw the drone up. And right where I do throw the drone up, I'm in really close proximity of restricted airspace for flying. And we'll stop here at drone stop number 6 and put the drone in the air and go backwards here to where I was with this bridge number 7 we crossed, and bridge number 6, and the red line representing the path where we traveled. And we'll swing the drone back in the other direction. And this is just kind of where I'm headed here. Actually, I covered a little bit of this. As you can see, I'm right here. So we'll keep going down here and we'll cross this bridge right by the freeway, bridge number 8. And then I'll be continuing on and crossing that 90-degree bridge there over the railroad tracks, bridge number 9. And in the background there you can see the Francis Street automobile overpass there. And that's where we'll be headed, over bridge 8 and bridge 9 and under the Francis Street overpass and on down into Hilliard. And this is just another view of bridge 7, 8, and 9. And we'll be crossing bridge 9 over the railroad tracks here. And if I can get the drone to turn here, come on, turn. You'll see the Market Street access point to the trail. And there's Francis Avenue. And we'll be following this red line through Hilliard. It's all flat for 1 mile from Francis Avenue all the way down to Wellesley Avenue through Hilliard. All right, so let's start over bridge number 8 here. I can pick it up a little bit. Bridge number 8, pick it up a little bit. Come on. There we go. Okay. So now we're on the move pretty good here. And here is the bridge number 9 here over the railroad tracks, and it swings to the left. And there's the Market Street access point, milepost 5.5. And we'll go underneath the Francis Avenue overpass. And it pretty much levels out here for the next mile through Hilliard. They have some pretty nice benches through Hilliard here. They're all cement. We'll check it out here. Going through Hilliard's pretty nice. It's all flat and it's pretty nice. You do start running into a little bit of graffiti. And every time you see a cement insert like this one right here, you'll see some benches. And sometimes you'll see people sitting on the benches. But anyway, the graffiti, some people think it's art. Some people don't think it's art. I'm not a real fan of it myself. There's a guy sitting there eating lunch right there. And you're going through Hilliard. There's a little train there in Hilliard. It's really nice going through Hilliard like this. You can just kind of bomb right along here. The next 2 drone stops, I had to get permission from the FAA to fly because it's restricted airspace. And here we are approaching the Wellesley Avenue Bridge. And as we go over the bridge there, we can see some temporary residents here. They were having some meetings of some sorts. So that's where we were, way back there on Francis Avenue, and the red line shows the path. We came down across all the cement inserts there. And we made the little curve there and went over bridge number 10, the Wellesley Avenue overpass. And we'll continue to follow this path right here. If I can get the drone to lift up its camera, lift up a little bit there. Come on, there you go. And we'll go down to the Garland Avenue overpass. It goes uphill a little bit there and crosses the Garland Avenue overpass and then follows the freeway down on the other side about half a mile to the end. So here, leaving Bridge 10, the Wellesley Avenue overpass, we kind of go about a half a mile here and we approach the Garland Avenue overpass here. And we go uphill a little bit here, and then we'll take a left. All right, coming up the hill, gonna cross the bridge, and there. And we'll head across bridge number 11, the Garland Avenue. This is the freeway, not even done yet. They're still working on it. Same thing, not even striped out yet. And I'll finish crossing over the bridge here, and we'll stop for a drone number 7 stop right by Wild Horse Park. And this is just a drone picture. As you can see, Francis Street underpass to Wellesley Street overpass is exactly 1 mile. Then down here to the bridge at Garland is had another half a mile. And here I had to get permission from the FAA to fly here because it's restricted airspace near Phelps Field where airplanes take off all the time. And here's Wild Horse Park, and if you look down there, there's a guy riding his bike. That's not me. And it goes for another half a mile down there to the end of the trail. As you can see, the red trail here, and then the yellow points out the end of the trail. And here we whip around by the Wild Horse Park, and we're headed down the final stretch, and Seattle Sleuth's making his run, and he's coming up strong. Anyway, this is the getting towards the end of the trail here. And it's pretty much downhill, kind of dips right here and goes up a little bit here. And we head uphill and we cross bridge number 12, the 12th bridge on the trail. And let me tell you, it's Euclid Avenue Bridge, and it was a bridge too far. And I got to stop here and take a picture, and then we continue on the trail. And we're getting close to the finish line, milepost 3.4. Pretty much downhill to the barrier, and I have to stop again and take another picture, and then we approach the barrier here. We've reached the end of the trail, 9 miles from top to bottom. We started at milepost 12.4, and here we are at milepost 3.4. We've got another 3.4 miles to go, and as you can see, the trail's not done. They're still working on it. And they're working on the freeway, another 3.4 miles to finish the freeway. This has been going on a long time, and I don't know when they're going to finish it, but this is a really nice trail, is all I can say.